I woke up this morning and found my body an open sea. Each part of me sailing away in the distance. Here were the tiptoes asking for blue-eyed boy's kisses. The first one that missed his face. The one that put home in his body, and then the one that asked for it back. Here was my twisted back. 27-degree scoliosis, the lower part that aches all the time. With every backflip and fuck. Every laugh and suffocation. Ear that heard chink for the first time. My retching of vomit in the bathroom stall, the breath of a kiss on its curve. Miles seeping out of these thighs. Thunderous things that have always touched. That spread themselves thin across somebody else's bed, and these shoulders hunched with the lingo of America. New clothes, new language, new culture, new self that wanted for 8 years to belong to this country. That tried to speak with a tongue that had no accent, of mooncakes or steamed fish. Chinese silk jacket or red packet money sending me across the ocean on these 2 feet. Their width and expression of my father. Stress fractures from running away too much from my own body, or home, or loneliness. And then there was my face. Nose I tried to make taller by pinching it. Dark circles under eyes that stopped crying for 3 years, and thick lips, too thick to be delicate or Asian or wanted. Here were the fingertips where words began to flow, that dug themselves into the back of my throat and asked to pull out like a magic trick. A chain of scarves that would tell a whole cohesive story. Here's my entire body of work. I had beat it with its own memory of its ugly inadequacy. My body is a vessel of poems, plays, language, words, music. Footprints and train rides, raindrops on window panes, purple sky and city lights beneath it. Foggy mountains and freezing snow, songs on repeat and friends whose voices have turned into silence. Itchy blankets and pulsing hands. Here's where it hurt that night, when I slept with a man I didn't want to. And the lips that kept saying yes, and here's the flesh that disappeared when my sister died, and then here the weight it found in living. Here's where it always aches in the morning after I throw up the night before, and here's the open space I keep for the love I'm too afraid to ask for. My body is a harbor for sailboats it doesn't always recognize. It does not feel like home. It is a docking place for every person it has pretended to be, every man it has allowed inside of it, every friend it has embraced, every fingertip it has touched, all the tongues I have collected, every poem I have written from these lower depths. How many hours have I spent wishing for negative space where I've occupied too much? It is an overflowing trough that tastes like a desert. A body of water with no clear horizon, abundance I do not know how to navigate. There are days when I can swim in it, and then there are days like these, like today, when I'm somewhere in there on a small sailboat drifting off in the wind. I am still trying to find home in my body, still reaching into this pit, wondering when I will feel vast enough to contain it all.